Landed here about 2015. I think it was a year after for street photography's inception. So I started shooting. And the people like, oh, the first money that I had in my pocket that day was $80. I was like, wow, I'm excited. And I stopped right then and there because I'm not a street photographer. I don't know what I'm doing. You come on Mzamo, by the way. Mzamo Myeki. I come from originally Gqeberha, currently they call it Gqeberha. Started at Gandhi Square and they started to do photography there. Then they met up with the Mount Morning sign and they did the Mount Morning sign and everyone else came. Fast forward to 2020 when lockdown came. I became the president of the photographers, the street photographers of Maboneng in that year, 2020, when it was lockdown. And I had a camera that I had 550D, Canon 550D, which I was gifted by another guy. Because this guy had a production company, Guy One Productions, which I used to assist him with all these equipment, you know, plugging this, plugging that. And every time I used to take cameras and, you know, document it, whatever it was done, okay. So I was learning somewhat how to use the camera then, but I was not serious in it. I just wanted to make sure that I know how to use a camera to shoot you, shoot him, none. But I literally became interested in the look. I want to master this. So in my idea, I just wanted to take the empty streets of Johannesburg. So at the time I was still living in Kensington. I landed, I met, I'm sure you know who Sira. You know, Sira is another guy that was also one of us, but he went home. One of the vibrant characters, you know, that has this pizzazz within. You know, he's a character man of his own. So he knew me from these things. He was staying in Rochester. Hey, Mhlekazi, what's up? Yeah, sharp. Come and chill with us, because I had a camera. Next thing you know it, heaven of a lot of people pop up. They stole time to come and take pictures. No, come, let's go steal, you know. It's people's birthdays, you know, during that time. So now, I don't know anything about street photography. The guy like sets up for me and I start shooting. The only thing I understood was framework. I knew how to put a person in the frame. That's the only thing I knew. Because I come from a musical background which needed me to also have pictures. So I needed to go to the studios, and so when I look at pictures, no, okay, the frame is nice. If it's close up, so that's the only thing I understand. Even though that's got to do with color, coating, what, I never knew anything that's got to do with anything.
What's going on, Chief? Easy.
At first, I don't want to lie. I wanted to be a videographer, to be honest with you. To be very, very honest. I mean, camera, still, it's too boring for me that time. So I communicated with this other colleague of mine called Phil. I like to call him Dr. Phil. Hey, yo, Dr. Phil. I asked him, would you help me out? I want to learn how to be a photographer, if you can. He says, nah, you know, Maji, I don't know what these things mean, photographer. So, and anyways, he helped me from time to time, how to go about whatever he knew. Every time when I was there, I had to assist photographers to actually do the work. Because I got a camera, like it's mine. I'm not borrowing it for anyone, it's mine. So I've noticed there's some other guys that didn't have cameras that time, that they saw clients, so I needed to approach. They needed to approach, but they need a camera. And someone they didn't want to share with anyone. So let me share with this rookie. You know, hey, you come here. So I was fortunate that way. Gave him the camera, he shoots. They teach me how to send. And gradually, that's how I got the relationship with the people. I was just learning. And I was shocked and how this thing is panning out. Because it was not the intention. What I like to call the four horsemen, or Axie, or Umpoza, you know, or Sbuda, you know, iMedia, or Gamashita that actually started all of this. They eventually saw that it was a bit chaotic, that now people are even speaking about even my presence, what's happening and what's going on. You know, they had their own internal issues back then that I didn't know of, that I figured out way after. So they held a meeting, and I respected me going to that meeting because now a lot of other people, they were familiar with me having a camera and shooting at the block. So I respected by just going into that meeting. So one of the questions was, who are the people that came here for 2020? I was like, should I pick up my hand? Do I consider myself as a street photographer? What do I do? You know, that's now. And everyone, I'm looking around and I thought, no man, be honest. You like it here, you know? You like being around these people. You feel like you're at home amongst brothers. So I lifted up my hand. And from then and there, I saw that was actually a trick. It was a trap. They were trying to see, Uti, are you going to own this position that people have now seen ukuthi ufuna kuyo unknowingly because I was just going there because I just made an 80 rand. Tomorrow I make 60 rand. Tomorrow I make 40 rand. So I'm making a living here. I'm coming back home, I'm putting the food on the table. It's fun, I feel like a young lad here, At time I'm still, and plus I'm not working. Work is being taken as 9 to 5. I'm your clocker, clean suit and tie. So I'm not working, so I'm like, clean with the camera, I'm getting money, flirt, yeah. I can come back with 2 liter and cool drink and leave. This is cock, So I'm like, no, I'm the one. They said, yes, after this, we are not going to allow anyone that will come. We are closing the doors, the gates, Zama street photographers, because there's issues that were going on that they got in complaints from the people of the precinct, and the community was telling you, guys, you are too much now. Basically, currently as we're speaking now, I would say now there's about 32, because we had some losses, may they soul rest in peace. They said, guys, look, order yourself. Keep order, and we need to document everyone that is there so that they can get to know how many are we, and so that we can create. It's not that there was not a system, it's just that somehow as young folks we kind of slip up, because that's what I got to understand from getting into the history of the street photography in Maboneng. So the community said, look, organize yourselves, guys. There's people that we do not know, and by that time there was crime that was going on. People's phones were snatched, people posing as photographers, so they need it. Fortunately enough, I'm there now, so I'm also now part and parcel. So that's how Mzamo Myeki became now one of them. I already had relations with most of the photographers, because as a person that you are in a new community, you must get to know everyone. I wanted to honor these people that have started this, and not fail them without even them asking me. Not fail them to put their names in a position of, look, there's 4 people who came here and took cameras and started something that is giving other people food on the table. I can hoy 100 rand a kaya now. What I'm trying to say about that is not about me affording. It's about what other people created for me to afford. I didn't ask them. So now, being that leader, it was a quest and a duty for me to play that role of leadership and excel it to a point where I'm order, because I've gotten to understand. So there's a lot of things, Shem, that I can say that I appreciate from them starting the street photography under the sign of Maboneng, which the whole country knows. I'm saying the whole country. I'm confident footing Tataranule, because people from the United States of America, they know the street photographers of Maboneng. Now I sit here, I'm speaking like this out of all these beautiful experiences, ups and downs, because we had ups and downs. There's no way in heaven and hell that I could say that I had a good run from 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024. 4 years basically leading the gentlemen and one lady. By the way, we have one lady. We had a beautiful run, Chairman. Great experience. Look, I founded a company that is doing well now currently, Branch Code. And Branch Code now is something that I want to make it my own baby, Thanks to the Circle Society, I've got to say. Because if it wasn't for the Circle Society, I was not even going to think about taking this Branch Code and making it a multimedia company. And now I can, sell you hoodies, I can go to your house and do videos for you, short clips and on. And to be honest with you, as those collaborators that I've collaborated with, Abo Bandile, those are the people that show me good. There's things that you can do with a little bit of equipment and you can do great things. It became easier for me to meet up Abo Bandile, that when they came into my life, we collaborated nicely, and did beautiful works. You would see another video in the Circle Society where I featured himself, no Sihle Sitole, which is the deputy president of the Circle Society. And we did a nice lacquer video, man, that is Fugayo Ndlini, I'm Fugayo Ndlini. Go check it out, Those are the kind of things that I'd like to bring on the table, going forward as Branch Code, because there's things that I still wanted to do, though I felt like, man, I've got to give chance to those people. There was those people in the first beginning that did not want me to become president. But they've seen what I know. He can do it, let's keep quiet. But now I want to give them the chance, because like currently now as you speak, I'm favored of being employed in the biggest cruise ship that people like to talk about. I'm going overseas. I'll be working there as a photographer. So I needed to give someone a chance, not now being the president and still, no, give you a chance. Take off where I've left. By the way, I'm going to Miami, Florida, in the United States of America.
Booyah, Prince.
Look, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to go out there as a street photographer, as Mzamo Myeki, and do my best. That's the flag I raise. Like I said, I stumbled on photography. The universe designed it for me, I did not know. And now, I'm going overseas. So this is where I say, let me take it upon myself and speak to my people and say to you, thank you so much that you have given me the time, the patience, tolerance, the duration of proving myself that I can lead you into a place whereby nikwazi ukuthi nikhonjwe nibe ngabantu phakathi kwabantu, and to become and still keep on with the fact that Nina, you are the most powerfulest street photographers in South Africa. I say this with confidence. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for giving it to me, and salute.